Say what you said, back at it again with your boy Tommie.
Zae Way.
Your boy Ryan, a.k.a. Sweet Feet.
We got a special guest today, my boy Steven West in the building. Hey.
What up, y'all? I'm associated with Kanye.
Hey, we gotta make sure that, you know, he can't hear us, man. He got ears everywhere, man.
Man.
You feel me? So, man, how y'all feeling this morning? It's bright and early. Everybody drinking coffee.
Yeah, stupid early. I ain't never done a podcast this early, so.
Hey, man, that's all right. You feel me? We good, you know? We up, we early. We work out this early anyways. Let's get a podcast in.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what I'm saying? Just talking a little Christmas special for y'all, man. We just talking about what's, you know, this past year. You know, how was this past year for y'all? Anybody can start, but how was this past year, you know, coming into 2021? Is 2021 everything you guys expected? You know?
Can we start off with you as far as your business and all that? Like, how has that been going for you?
Yeah. I know this your first year.
Just your whole transition and all that.
Yeah, this your first year in the facility, first full year, you know what I'm saying?
We're talking about from the beginning of the year, that's when COVID started.
Mm-hmm.
Opened this. COVID was like in the middle of COVID when I first opened up. It actually went pretty good. I mean, we kept the same clients. We didn't accept anybody really new. So the same people kept coming in, but they came in a lot more than normal. So business-wise, it was good because the business kept moving. People kept coming in. Especially because nobody was working out. Football teams was closing up. So it was like, let's go to Sweet Feet and train until everything opens back up. So that was good for business. So as far as COVID, in the beginning of 2021, it was good.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, do you feel like transitioning into a facility, like it happened quick? Like, were you expecting it to happen quick, or did it flow perfectly fine?
It happened on God's time. That's all I can say.
I like that answer.
It happened on God's time because I was expecting to get in 5 years. It happened in 4.
Okay.
And to say if I was ready or not, I feel like I was ready, and it kind of transitioned smoothly, and everything happened, like I said, on God's time. And it was a little nervous, like it was a little nerve-wracking, like having basically 2 mortgages because I got my home and then the facility, so it was more income coming out of my pocket. And then bringing you guys on, hiring you guys, I had to take financial sacrifices to grow and build. So, and I always tell you guys I appreciate you guys for helping me build this business, because having people to build with you is hard to find. And share the same vision is really hard.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's facts.
Without hitting agendas and things like that.
Yeah. So, it's a pretty good year. I can't complain, with some ups and downs, but that's a part of the business.
Yeah.
And I feel like you have to go through those transitions to learn how to keep operating your business through the seasons.
Yeah.
So it was a good year.
That's awesome. Now that's huge, especially taking that leap of faith. And trusting your business and believing in yourself.
Oh, and this is the 4th year for a lot of my athletes who I started off with, and now they transitioned to college. So that was pretty huge too. You know, a lot of people seeing the guys that I've worked with since they were in 8th grade till now, you know, they are successful right now. So that's a huge blessing.
Yeah, he's had to go to a lot of senior night games this year, man. A lot of senior night games.
And I feel like what he was saying again earlier is like, I feel like a lot of people don't understand when it comes to business, you have to take a lot of sacrifices. Like he said, he took the sacrifice of hiring me and you so his business can grow, and it's growing even more. So you see it growing.
Yeah.
It's doing a lot. I'm like, I don't understand the difference between having y'all 2 in here and just having myself. It's a lot. Yeah. 3 is always better than 1.
Because even on people on social media, like you said, you was telling me people notice you from social media and like what you do and all that stuff, and they want to train with you because of social media and all that. Yeah. The marketing.
Yeah. And you don't want to put the videos together, the pictures, all that. Yeah, that's huge. You know, having a strength trainer is like, it's a different look. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, he's taking his business serious, you know. Yeah. And that's why I keep telling him, like, this is a professional business when you walk in here. It's not just something that we do together.
Right. Right.
You know, we take this job very serious, and we believe in what we're doing and what we're giving these athletes to get them to the next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like how you always try to be different from everybody else. He's literally, I remember him talking, he was like, he sat down, he tried to like watch what other people do and try to do something different, so he's standing out more and, you know, just more involved with the kids and all that. So
yeah. That one-on-one connection is huge, man. We got They had a couple clients yesterday bringing, holiday gifts like cookies.
Yeah,
and stuff.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you for your time, that type of thing. Like that's huge, It's really huge, man. But how you doing, man?
You're building a family.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Family.
Yeah.
We always say that.
That's good.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Man, how are you, man? How is your 2021 overall view, man?
So I don't have a business. I wish I had a business, but I'm not that talented. But 2021,
Scoot up,
it
bro.
was different. It was different. A lot of ups and downs, sideways movements. I just graduated from college in 2020 at the end, during COVID. So that little change was crazy. Mindset's different.
Did you play
Congratulations,
sports
by the
with?
way.
Congrats. Did you play sports with Tommie, like football with them?
I did not play football. I ran track at NA.
Oh, okay.
So he ran with Khalil.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
dope.
That's how
I
I
was
met him.
the dude who cut hair. That's how everybody met.
That's it.
Oh,
Like
you're the
everybody's-
barber.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
I
a
cut
barber. Yeah, he was chopping people up.
okay.
He
Yeah,
was
Khalil
like-
would always post you cutting.
You
his
don't do
hair
that
and
no
stuff.
more?
Nah,
Like on the side?
I might.
Like,
That's a business right there. You said I want on the business. That's a
I'm about to
business
say
right there.
because barbers make money, don't they?
Yeah, they make money, but you got to listen to people,
Oh,
I would have some people come in, and I charged below market all the time. That's why I got so many people.
oh, okay.
And I would have people come in like, oh, this hair right here, it's not faded all the way. I'm like, you would not look at your barber and say, this hair is not faded all the way. You would look at the mirror, even if the cut's messed up, and say thank you, give him his tip or her tip, and then leave. And then you never come back to that barber again.
No, that's big fact. I've done that. That is big facts. That is big facts.
Because they know you the only one. He was literally the only one at one point. Like there was nobody
Cutting
else
hair?
cutting hair. Yeah, man.
Should have raised the premium though.
Dude,
Yo.
everybody you went to, it was not that good. So having that guy that can really like cut hair good, and you like talking to him, you feel me? So it's like that was hard to find.
Yeah,
and that was Steven.
conversations. Good times.
Yeah, yeah. So he was
Stay at
a
the same price the whole time.
No, I was strategic with it. So I started my freshman year.
Scooter. No, talking to the mic.
I
Yeah.
got you. I started my freshman year with, free cuts. And then I went to $5. Then I went to $7. That was probably my best move because nobody has ones in college. You got 5 or a 10. I usually get 10. No one's going to give you $7 until Venmo started becoming popular. Then people got greedy. But
Cash
then
App is
12, 15, and then during COVID, I was charging like 20 to 60.
Which isn't bad.
It was only 1 week. I made $1,000.
Oh,
I paid my rent and I was good.
You was only
damn, how many
20?
people were you getting a week?
I used to cut enough hair to where I was paying my rent, and my rent was like $950 a month.
Oh,
Yeah,
But you only charge 20. Barbers charge like
30.
$50, $60.
60, yeah.
I was
for a
cutting a
haircut.
lot of heads.
Dude, out in California, that's what they do. They out in California, 45. I know one dude who charging 45 to 60.
But it's because of what they're doing now too. For at least what I experienced, like they're doing the hand towels, the massages,
the
and all
hot
that.
towel and all that. I'm like,
You don't even gotta
yo.
do all that. You just,
I just
you
wanna
a
cut.
Kodak cut.
nah, actually, I ain't gonna lie.
Charge whatever.
My barber, he charges the 25. Excuse me. He charges the 30, but you get the hot towel. I was like, that's automatic though. Like even if you don't get the hot towel, it's still 30. So he'll, you know what I'm saying? They charge that, and that's to open up. I don't know. There's a secret to it. Like they get closer, finer edges or something like that
For
for
the
the hot towel. For the hot towel. Is
It
there-
really just opens up your pores.
Oh, okay.
Kind of makes it a
I
little
was
bit
about to say,
easier to
open
cut.
up your pores.
Yep, you
Yeah.
already know. That's
Yeah.
that's why you got that nice face. Man, pimples got me. If we're talking about puberty,
You went through it. That was your year, 2020, 2021.
yeah, it was all right. We really just talked about cutting hair, but speaking of that, I was actually driving somewhere yesterday, and I think I want to open up a barbershop.
That's tough.
Oh,
More
okay.
like a barbershop, barber school. So teach people, and then those people go into, cutting hair. Kind of like they did at Cuts or whatever.
Yeah. You did.
You got your barber's license?
No.
No.
That's kind of why I stopped too. I was getting a little too popular. You get fined for that.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
5, 10.
Dude, somebody knows somebody that's a cop. I'm telling you. Hey,
Mess their head up.
hey,
The
you
minute
got
you start charging too much, they're like, yo.
get
Let me
his
see your
ass.
license.
You got police knocking down your door. Yeah, that dude charged me $60. Get his ass. Man, but so the transition, man, that was 2020 to 2021, and was 2021 everything you wanted, everything you expected?
I would say yeah. I don't really expect much just because, you know, I'm blessed to be here still. But 2020 was hard. 2021 was a little bit easier. I wish I made it easier on myself, you know. You're always fighting your own demons at the end of the day. Like you look that person in the mirror and you got to be able to approach that person and come out with the right solution. So I would say that I could have done better this year. I bought my first house at 23, which was really good. I'm proud of myself for that. But other than that, it's been a big change. I don't really like my job, but I'm ready for 2022 mainly because I feel like my mind opened up in 2021 in ways I never thought of. Like I never thought about having a business, worrying about hiring people, you know, starting a podcast, doing videos to where you're marketing yourself. You know, you're being your own business at the end of the day. I know you do a lot of videos. So I started opening my mind to that, more into investing, what businesses to do,
Right.
talking with people I don't know. So 2022 is going to be good.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's what's
Do you
up.
think that came with like age or like you transition in your mind and your thinking? Like what made you think or what made you like change your mindset and like open up your mind like you said?
I would say age, and then also just I'm the youngest of 5, and my mom was a single mother, and all my siblings don't really do anything, like at all. I'm the only person with a degree, probably make the most money in my family. So just, you know, not wanting to go down that road. Not that it's a bad road,
You a
but
first generation?
I am a first generation.
Hey, yeah, that deserves
It's
some
like
recognition.
Continue
right
to
there.
elevate yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, be different.
Finding ways to, you know, not, you know, work in the system, but be on the outside looking in, if anything.
Yeah.
Generational wealth is my thing. That's not just for me and my family. It's for me, my friends' family, you know, generations to come. So hopefully that works out.
That's the shit. Yeah. See, that's why I wanted to bring him on.
No,
He got,
that's tough.
he got the little smarts about. Talk a little bit more about the investing stuff, like what you getting into.
Right now the market is a little wobbly just because there's a lot of things that are affecting you. Like you go to the store, you spend a little bit more money than you thought. You go to the gas station to get gas, filling up costs more. You know, you went from spending 20 or 30 to fill up your tank. I don't know about y'all, but I got a small tank. To 40, you know, sometimes 45. So inflation's kind of high right now, so stocks are a little weary, but I'm more or less just into investing for the long term, you know, making my money make money for me is what everybody says. So, you know, put it into ETFs, different type of growth and or value stocks. Value is really big right now, which value is more or less like a company that's been there for a while. They may pay you dividends, and they also, you know, they always make money. They're not on this hype. So I could talk about this all day, but, you know, just don't necessarily save your money in a stockpile. Like, put some of that savings into investments. Maybe it's, you know, 5 things that you use on a daily basis. If it's Jordans, go into Nike. If it's Adidas, invest in Adidas, whatever cellular provider you have, clothing brands, whatever, like things you see people use. Invest it into that because you change your $1,000 in a savings account and keep it in the savings account. That money will stay $1,000 or maybe $1,001 with how much you're getting on it. You put that $1,000 into a stock, you could have $2,000.
That's what I've heard of that. My uncle told me about that. He said it's good to have a savings account, but if you're like putting money into stocks and all that stuff, it'll grow a lot faster than in the savings account. And I was like, damn, that's
It's
crazy.
It's facts. People that are investing into like Apple and Tesla.
Yeah.
I was like, the stock market for that is just increasing. I put a little into Apple and it increased within like a month. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. And I didn't, you know, that was my first time ever doing a stock. Like, I don't know, this man was getting on me, so was my dad. So I was like, they were telling me like, hey man, you gotta be tapped into it, you gotta get into it. And then I was like, whatever. So I did it, but you know, at the time, that's not what I was thinking about. It was something different.
No, yeah. After hearing from what he just said right now, that confirms it for me. I'm about to just start doing it because I was so iffy about it. I was just like,
iffy about what part?
Just stocks in general. Like I don't know anything about it, so I'm like, I don't really know about it, so I don't know. But everyone's talking about it.
You gotta do your homework.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's just so much that you can invest in.
Yeah.
When it comes to stocks, and you
Especially
say NFTs, like that's new.
Have you?
Yeah.
Did
NFTs. Yeah.
Did you get into that at all? Or?
So I'm not really into NFTs or anything. If y'all know about it, please tell me.
Okay.
Cryptocurrency is very speculative, but I know it's gonna be something big
Right.
one day. But right now it's just so speculative. You can lose a lot of money, but then you can gain a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like within, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, go keep on.
Well, with like investing, if you just put away the money you were gonna save and invest that instead, you shouldn't be worried about what's gonna happen to it every day or in a year or 2 years. You don't look at it, it'll make money. Like even with a business, like he put a lot of money into his business. Now look at it. He got into a building in 4 years rather than 5 years. A whole year different. That's 365 days of learning where he didn't need that. He was able to get it early, keep his clientele here, clientele bringing presence like y'all were saying. So either a business or investing in the stock market or something, it's going to make your money grow.
Yeah. You know, because I was just going to say with the NFT stuff, like guys are buying NFTs or making NFTs, whatever it is, and they sitting back and they're not worried about it because they're like, there's people trading and selling those, and they're making money off the royalties that they're like, you know. And I don't understand. I don't specifically understand. I just heard someone say it. Like, there's people that sit back, they get NFTs, and they watch people trade it, like all day. Like that's what they're doing. I was like, they're just sitting there. Okay, they just paid this much to get this NFT, this much to get this NFT. Like the stock market is so wide for that area, that range, because it's transitioning into the metaverse. Like think about that. It's so crazy. Like
it's gonna be an easy transition.
Yeah,
it's Facebook.
Yeah.
Everybody uses it.
Yeah.
They already have a little meta down there. I'm like, it's already. They just slowly like horking people in.
I said Nike was gonna do that. They're gonna.
They already got their shoe deal.
Yeah,
no, that's crazy.
Wow,
that's crazy. They're gonna do
virtual shoe.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
People are like. I don't know if they think in the future people are gonna be walking around with these big old screens and stuff like that'd be really, huh?
Possibility.
I mean, I don't because you see those. We see the movies where it just ends bad with those. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Someone trying to take over people. Someone trying to do something crazy like. You know,
I ain't never put them on my face.
Putting the screens.
I did it once, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm cool."
Yeah, like it's cool for video games. You know, the gaming world is really opened up to where they're having, what's it called? Like they're in combat. You know, running on this little, like,
little treadmill.
It's so crazy.
Remember we went to Florida and Kobe had his, and he was literally watching Netflix on that thing, but like in his virtual thing, whatever, he was sitting on the couch watching TV.
So everybody else is watching something else. Goggles on, like
really.
But like in the thing, you could see himself sitting on the couch and then looking at a TV. I was like, "What the hell?"
You might. Okay, that's different.
Yeah, no, it's different.
Yeah, the whole living room set up.
Yeah, like he was in the mountains. There was snow. Like there's a fire pit. It was crazy. It was like he was in his own house.
Virtual real estate now.
Yeah,
so like you have your own home.
Yeah,
in your house. So basically, say you live in an apartment.
So I don't even need it. I don't even need a house.
In the virtual world, you live in a mansion.
Yeah,
for real.
What the heck?
He had a nice old crib. His crib was cold.
They like your house ghetto. They look at you. You don't even know.
You don't even know what I got.
Know.
Like 2021 has been great.
Yeah. He said, "I'm living like a king. Like I don't need none of this." That's crazy. Yeah. So that whole market is getting really interesting.
Hey, he told me he'd be falling asleep with it on and stuff, just watching TV.
But I can't imagine what that does, like screen time. You know, like screen time, like eventually you just gotta.
Even though you sleep.
Well, I think he said that they did to where they can either do a timer or it like knows when you're asleep, so it turns it off.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, either way, I just meant like it being on your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's got to be like
Wake up and got the raccoon eyes.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? You got prints on the outside from the cushions.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Yeah, so that's huge. I mean, because we are transitioning into that. You know, we are like as a society, it's starting to get real crazy. It's starting to get real like I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's just getting crazy.
They're just winning right now.
Yeah,
Them old heads, watch.
all them nerds that people people made fun of when they were younger. I was like, they on your asses now. Hey, so transition. How was your 2021, man? Talk about the 2020 to the 2021 transition, and then talk about a little bit more about was this year everything you expected?
Oh, for me at least, it was different. Working like 9-to-5 jobs to now being a videographer and a full-time social media influencer per se. It's difficult, but I mean, I like the challenge and I'm up for it. As far as a social media influencer, it's hard because you literally have to stay sane because you're always having to think of different topics or contents to do, and then sometimes you just wake up and you're like, damn, like. This is tiring. I don't know what to do. That's why I'm glad I work with him too, is because I come in and I can video record or take pictures and all that. But if anyone wants to like do the social media stuff, it's hard. But if you really want to change your life and do that, I say do it. Don't give up. But just know it doesn't come quick because that shit, it takes a lot of hard work as far as like editing and thinking how you can like grab people's attention and all that. So like every day I'm literally trying to think of what I could do different. And so one thing about social media too is when you blow up on something, people want to see you keep doing that same thing over and over. So like there's a trend now going on where he's like there's a song playing and he's like it must be nice. Have you guys heard that? No. Okay. I'll show you guys after this.
Me personally, I don't have TikTok. Like I don't have TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Right now. Yeah.
So for instance, too is like Larry blew up for my sister Emily, and all people want to see now is just Emily drinking boba. So if it's not her drinking boba, they don't really like show you love. So I don't know. It's weird. I'm trying to like grow out of that as far as like giving people exactly what they want because I want to be different and post whatever I want while still entertaining them. Yeah. So. But yeah, that's one thing I noticed with social media is like if you blow up over one thing, a lot of people want to see you just keep doing that one thing. Right. And that's what it gets to me mentally is like, yeah, that's cool, but I want to do my own thing while still entertaining you guys. So, I don't know. 2021 is different. 2022 is about to be really different, but yeah, I'm figuring it all out. It's hard, but I'm with it, and I feel like I'm meant for this. So, especially because when I do it, I try to inspire or motivate people that they can do it too, or just to show them like anything you want to do it as long as you're working hard and you're trying to figure out like what you're doing wrong or what you're doing right, critiquing it, and then just trying to really blow up off of it. Because once you get the hang of that, you can really do a lot of shit. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, I feel like this year went by fast.
Yeah, and like while I'm doing this social media stuff, I've been like really like talking to people as well and like looking up stuff of like what I can invest in as far as businesses, putting money into stuff that can help me grow even more money. Yeah. And like a clothing brand.
Oh yeah, Zae Way
fashion.
Yeah. Zae Way.
There's so much stuff I want to critique about my Zae Way fashion thing. I have other ideas as well that are like motivating to me that I feel like a lot of people can wear it, but that's hard, especially finding good material and, all that stuff, especially for you guys. You guys have high-end material, and a lot of people don't understand about clothing brand is, like, the reason they charge that much is because the material they have to ship out to you, especially if they're starting off their brand.
It ain't no
marketing.
It ain't no like. Yeah. It ain't no like we trying to get your money.
Exactly.
It's like we charge is based off of what we paid to get the material, to get the clothing. Yeah. When people charge high, it's because it took a lot to make. Like, it ain't just cheap fabric. Exactly. Like, and a lot of people, they think, okay, because they hear, I don't know who they hear from, but maybe they heard someone like, oh man, like, I only paid this amount for this T-shirt, and now I'm gonna charge all this money. There are some brands that are like that, obviously you're paying for a name. You're not paying for what is it? You're not paying for like mainly like the material itself.
Exactly.
You're paying for a name. So that's why I don't know, V Loan and they can get away with, you know, literally stamping they V on the back of that shirt.
Yeah.
And it'll sell. But go ahead, keep finishing.
No, yeah, and then just like going to his brand too, is like he has like athlete type shirts. So, and I wear that shit all the time. Every time I work out, you literally see it every time I post stuff. It's really comfy. So, like if you pay for it, it's worth it.
Yeah,
because of the comfortability for me at least. But that's what a lot of people don't understand is like, why are you charging so much? It's like, well, do you know what I did to get this shirt? Yeah. I have to do all this stuff for you to be pleased. Yeah, and you don't even know what's behind that. But yeah, clothing brand is pretty hard, but I'm up for it. I love fashion and all that stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I look into, like my girlfriend's mom's boyfriend. He owns a concrete business, and he owns like 2 trucks, and the money he gets in is crazy. I don't know if he would want me to talk about it, but like that's something I would want to do, like own like a concrete business, because you don't even know, like a lot of people do need concrete if they want to have a pool or do their house and stuff, and that shit brings in a lot of money.
Especially with all the houses being built now.
Yeah, exactly. So like I've been like trying to look into what stuff I can invest in that can really make me money that not a lot of people look into.
Right.
So
that'd be like a commodity, really.
Yeah.
Something that always has value. People always gonna
exactly something people always need.
Yeah, that's huge. Okay, that's what's up. That's
how I'm trying to come 2022.
Okay, and then looking back. So looking back at 2021 though, I like your growth as far as growth. How you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you did as far as growing, as far as learning. Because I kid you not, this man works very hard for, you know, videography. Like it ain't easy as far as the making content videos, because it's very draining.
How much you post? It's so
man,
hard.
that's what I'm saying. So like, I feel like I've grown mentally, because like it does get to me, but I don't let it get me, if that makes sense. Like some people like really get depressed and they like quit and stuff, but like I get those time and time, but like I like snap myself out of it because of God. And I'm glad that I go to church now for my baby sister, but also for myself. It's helped me, you know, open my eyes more, understand the world, understand people. I caught the Holy Ghost, so that was really,
amen.
Really, no, for real, that was great. Like I really felt His presence, for my experience at least. And He talks to me till this day. So I'm taking that in. I try not to. Like when I'm moving with my life and stuff, I try not to act like I know everything. I try to, you know, tell people and show people that like I've experienced this. So this is what I'm saying. This is how I feel. This is what I've done. I'm not telling you how to live your life, but this is what I've done. If you could learn through my experience, do better or do the same. Right. But that's how I live my life. 2021, I've grown a lot mentally and I love it. I hope I continue to keep growing and learn new stuff about myself. So
hey, that's awesome.
That's me.
That's amazing.
And I'm such like a giving person. Like I know what I want to do. Yeah. So if this social media stuff blows and stuff, which, you know, I'm praying it does, hoping for the best, preparing for the worst, but I know who I want to take care of as far as, you know, all you guys and all that stuff. Whether it doesn't even have to be money. It could be like other stuff, but especially for my family as well too. But there's a lot of stuff I want to do. It's not all about me. When you grow up, you understand that it's not always about you. The bigger picture. And if you have too much pride, you're just gonna keep going downhill. Yeah. Once you let go of that pride and you understand the world and people, your mental health in the world becomes not super easy, but at like easy at some point. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like I'm really there mentally. Like I'm beyond locked in. I've been locked in for a few months now, and I just want to keep growing. So that's what's up. May not look like it. I don't have to show anybody, but behind closed doors, I'm mentally locked in.
That's tough. Yeah.
I needed that.
Yeah.
It's motivating.
I needed that.
Keep working, y'all.
No, for real. It's consistency. Even through him. A lot of people don't know what he does every day. People don't know this man works. You too. You guys work. I'm pretty sure you work too, but I'm not around you all the time. So I'm not trying to knock you down. But from what I see, like, people don't see the work that these two dudes do, and they're so consistent with it. It's gonna fall through. And Larry sent me a video of Denzel Washington. I'm gonna send it to you guys too. It was very motivating. But yeah, I'm gonna end off there with at least me. It's like these two dudes work hard 7 days out of the week, just working. And
Monday to Monday.
I see it. So as long as your boys and your family and friends see it, that's all that matters.
Yeah, surround yourself with the right people, man, because that'll definitely motivate you.
No, for
I
real.
like motivating the right talks. Like that's what, like the biggest, the right talks, man. So yeah, that's
What
awesome.
about you, man?
Oh, that me,
2020 to 2021.
Yeah,
transition from college to working life.
yeah. So I kind of was in the same boat. I didn't necessarily coming out of college. I had a plan. Like I was like, all right, if anything doesn't fall out or anything didn't, go my way, I was gonna do firefighting. I was like, that was like my main plan, my main goal. But I realized you can't do a whole lot besides firefighting. That's a full-time job in and of itself. And I had too many ideas and too many like an entrepreneurship, aspiration to go do something different. I wanted to. I'm into clothing. So, that's where Khalil came up with an idea. I came up with an idea. I was like, all right, let's try to do this. I was like, got the LLC, did all that stuff during 2020. And that was huge. I mean, it was also a lot of growth. Connection with God was different. Having somebody, different in your corner. I was like, changing that game up and understanding mental health is huge, taking care of yourself, and what you do on the daily, taking care of your mentals and not stressing yourself as much, kind of giving a lot of things to God has been my biggest growth. And that's still something I'm still learning because I'm, very I wouldn't really say impatient, but impatient. Like I'm a very impatient person. So, understanding hey, sit back, let him do his work. I was only out here for 3 months and I was already tripping I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, I want to be here, I want to do this. 3 months is not a lot of time for God to work, and it's not a lot of work that I put in. That's not a lot of work. So I'm sitting here thinking all the time I spend in Flagstaff working, getting up 6 a.m. doing those things, I'm like, man, I'm paying my dues, I'm doing it. Guys like, nah, you still got more. You still got. Yeah, it's just a beginning. It's just a start. You could go more. I ask them, to make me better. Things like that. It's huge because I don't know. I felt like 2020 was a struggle, and our brand, the Through the Pain brand that me and Khalil started, as far as that stuff goes, it's embrace the struggle. Embrace it. Because it's that's part of I saw this, not saw, but. I heard Kobe Bryant, he mentioned, those 6 a.m.s, the grind times, the 4 a.m. workouts, that's the dream. Those are the things that you live for. And it's not something that you should look at as a burden. And that's something that, I had to change. But yeah, putting the right people in your corner, having different conversations. So once I left college, biggest thing I noticed once I left college, I tried not to, but I didn't have those same conversations that I was having when I was there, because those conversations were all the same, all about women, what you doing tonight. It was all the.
It wasn't as far as
it was growth.
Okay,
yeah. So going back and talking to those people, it's cool. Talking for a second, how you doing? You got any plans? How talking to certain people, separating yourself. Talking to there's a couple of guys I know. They know who they are that I talk to afterwards. But then other conversations with certain people, it'd be all right, you got to separate yourselves a couple of times because sometimes those things can get so redundant, so the same. It's
we still
it's
on this,
dude,
bro?
yeah, you still asking me who I'm
still like this?
You still asking me who I'm doing? Why does that matter? What's that got to do with what you got going as far as the future? Mm-hmm. So I mean, 2020 definitely that transition. Going into 2021, I mean, it was honestly a lot of what I expected. I finished and I graduated 2021 the spring semester, and that was huge. Learned a lot of different things. It was, I don't know, man. It was amazing. It was it was a sight to see, you know, coming to this end of the year. Someone asked me, like, I was so focused in on the day to day that, you know, someone asked me, he put me, it was like a reality check from God almost. He was like, you know, what are your 2022 goals? And I sat there, I was like, man, I didn't know how to answer. I was like, I didn't take the time to even think about it. You know, I'm sitting here worried about, you know, the 6 a.m. session I got to go to, or, you know, I'm sitting here worried about, dang, you know, Saturday, or trying to remember, oh, okay, Sundays I got, you know, 12 what's called speed work with kids. You know, like I'm thinking day to day, week to week, that I didn't take the time to really focus on, all right, accomplish goals. Like, what can I accomplish? What am I going to get to? I was like, and sometimes that's when it comes to the mental health. I got to take a step back, you know, had someone reality check, and now I'm, all right, I can't wait to get into 2022, man. It's exciting because there's a lot of ideas that me and Khalil have. I'm, you know, excited to see him get back to work because that's, you know, something I want to see him, like, do well at. Family-wise, you know, just want to see him be happy. You know, and they know that they know I'm, you know, I want to see that. And for myself, you know, I got to be more patient. I think that's the biggest thing. Let God work. I was like, be patient, let God work, and then continue to, like, transition. 2022, it's just trusting God, you know, trusting God, and then working.
Trust that process.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned too is that me and Larry talk about all the time, and we try to, you know, express it to other people too, is that, like, when you're doing what you want to do in life, you got to understand that sometimes you're not always going to be in the driver's seat. Yeah. Like, within your boys or your family or something like that, when someone's in the driver's seat, you have to support them. Even, like, let that motivate you and, like, yo, you know, I'm proud of you. Keep doing you. And eventually, when you keep working, you're going to be in the driver's seat too. And not a lot of people, you know, take that in. They get so jealous, or they have so much pride that they're like, yeah, exactly. They distance themselves, or they use that person and try to become better. And that's selfish to me. Yeah. If you, like, support those people and understand that it's not your time yet, you'll be winning in life, and you'll see more blessings.
Yeah, because there's sometimes it's tough when it comes to that area, because there's a lot of greed and a lot of, you know, dudes getting. And this was something my dad was explaining to me. He was just like, so I noticed within, like, a week span, like, a couple of famous people died, you know, and they were all getting shot in their own neighborhood. Yeah, you know, and does that stem from the fact that people, they just, like, they secretly hating? That's or they got beef, or did they actually say something? You know, you never know. But it's young dudes. It's young dudes getting, you know, maybe old heads that are jealous or whatever it is. I don't know what it is, like, whatever it is. But it's just that's greed. That's, you know. And then also with that, like, the social media can be very, like, negative. You know, at times you may not even think it's negative. You may think you see one positive thing and then a bunch of negative, and then one you know, because, you know, they're giving out news, and a lot of what the news is doing, or news has right now, is a lot of, like, what's going on in this family, what's going on with them, you know, is this power couple gonna make it? Like, a lot of that times it's I don't know, it's getting very negative. And my dad, he's like, hey man, you gotta look at more positive, talk about more positive things. And I was like, oh man, you're right. So I've been trying to take that in, and look at more, like, look at it differently. Optimism. Like, that's where I feel like the suicide rates, why the suicide rates are so high in with social media, is because there's a lot of negative things that people are looking at, tapping into. It's like, yo, distance yourself from that. You know, you ain't got to talk about that couple.
It's easy,
you know
to
what I'm saying?
Negative too.
So easy,
very easy.
Or
there's a lot of it. It's a lot of negativity out here.
Yeah, compared to what?
I said, or compare yourself. I feel like that's the biggest thing with social media. They had Instagram. You would post your food, or, you know, something you was actually doing on a day-to-day basis. Now it's like, let me post what I don't really do all the time. Yeah. Let me go and do this so people think that I have this. And then there's people on the screen looking at that like, dang, they have this. Why don't I have this? And then your self-esteem is down there. You can't look at yourself in the mirror anymore. You're sad. You're negative, like you're saying, you know. Yeah. We just got to talk. Stay off of social media.
2022.
Bad stuff, though.
Yeah.
Just the bad stuff.
2022, get mentally right with that. Come to have a balance. You know,
Yeah.
2022, have a balance.
Yeah.
You know, too much of it, try to stay away from it. And I'm not just talking about screen time. This man's an expert at screen time. This man got like 2 hours of screen time. This man crazy. Man, be so serious. Like, this man always, how's your screen time, man? I'm like, I don't pay attention. I don't know. My average right now has gone down. Like, over the summer, I think it was a little bit more, but now it's like maybe I'm not gonna lie, 5 hours, 30 minutes. You know, like, I try to keep it around there. If it gets up, I'm like, all right, I gotta keep myself busy, not so much on my phone, because that's a huge part. Even like people talk about even just turning it off. It's like mind. Like it eases the mind, and that's huge. Cause this man, hey, talking about that.
To stay off the phone.
Say again, sir.
I said, what is some stuff that y'all would do to stay off the phone? Like,
I'm looking at you.
There's kids who struggle staying off the phone, like, finding something to do. Like, kids don't know what to do no more. I feel like
Go outside.
Yeah. I'm about to say, back in the day, we all used to go outside.
my daughter reads books a lot.
Oh, that's
She's
really
9,
good.
She's 9 years old.
really good.
She was on the couch reading a chapter book. I'm like,
I did not.
I like it.
She's gonna be smart.
I don't give my kids my phone personally. They my dad. I'm like, nah. What you need a phone for?
Yeah.
They not on there for you. Like, you 9 years old. What do you need to look at? YouTube?
Yeah. There's a lot of babies now with tablets.
Yeah,
and it's just to
man.
get them to settle down, calm down. Obviously, that's a difference in opinion. Everybody's got their own
I don't
opinion. So I'm
agree
not.
with it,
Yeah, like me personally, I can be like, all right, let's get a coloring book. Let's give them something to do with their hands. But hey, that's just me. I don't have kids yet. I can't speak on it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's tough, So I don't know. It's but yeah, hey, talk about your screen time, man, because your screen time really low.
It's
talk
not-
about how you handle that.
It's not really like about your screen time. It's more or less the utilization of your screen time. So I don't know. I just watched this TED Talk actually the other day about. Have y'all heard of Earn Your Leisure?
Yeah,
That dude, yeah. He talks about, we have a mini computer in our hands. Like, you could do so much with this thing. You could do so much bad. You could do so much good. You could sit on there, text, Snapchat, Instagram all day, or, you could use those for a different way, or you could be searching the internet and learn how to do something new. And it's really just about utilization. My biggest thing is I don't like that it's so okay to be at a dinner table, be on a date, be hanging out with friends, and everybody has their phone out. Right. Phones on the table. I'm surprised there's no phones on the table, but that's how you know you're with good people, because they don't need to worry about what's going on their phone. Yeah. It can wait. There is emergencies, but I'll walk into a restaurant, or I even used to work at a restaurant, and people would be on a date on their phones, like scrolling.
Right in front of somebody.
Right in front of somebody.
It's like no type of conversation. Exactly. They might mess around and text each other.
Yeah, for real.
And people wonder why, at least in this generation, people wonder why relationships don't work. Well, it's the shit you're doing.
Yeah.
I feel like it desensitizes you from the real world. Like, it's hard to speak to somebody that's in front of you. Yeah. Right? Exactly. But you have a whole story on your phone. Once you see him in person, you're like, hi.
Yeah. Nah, it's tough. I mean,
like, bro, we just had a whole conversation on the phone. Why you?
What happened to all those emojis?
Yeah. They don't know how to. They don't know how to interact.
Their face is gonna be a bunch of emojis.
Yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
No. I feel like it's not even just that with social media. It's other stuff too. But people like you were saying, they don't get off their phone. So like, I don't know what to talk about. Well, if you get off your phone and you try to actually get to know me, we can go somewhere and go further in this relationship. So.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about that a lot, like as far as the social media and relationships and stuff, because I don't know, it's a very broad, like not broad, but it's a very interesting topic, because we can, like, there's a lot of people that talk about it. I feel like there's a lot of people that give advice, give game on this stuff, but it's still happening. Yeah. It's still, there's certain things that people are still doing. It's not going to change. They don't see anything wrong with it. And it's, that's, when it doesn't work out, they wonder why. And it's like, you spend a little more time to get to know that person. instead of it being an aesthetic. Like, you know how many couples are in it because it looks good? It looks awesome. But, you know, there's a real connection behind. Is there a real connection behind it? Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. Depending on who the people are, and, you know, that's up to them. That's up to, you know, for people to figure out. But I think it stems, as far as for the kids, like you said, I think it stems from just like self-love. Like, sometimes it's very hard for kids to like love themselves because they're relying on their peers to accept them. You know, as kids, that's all we wanted. There's a lot of friends. You know, there's a lot of people I know now that had a lot of friends that, you know, growing up, like, you know, if they had made fun of the kids that didn't, those are kids that could become successful. Like the kids that didn't, like we're getting the ones getting made fun of. Like you said, nerds are taking over. Yeah, loners, nerds, and I forgot who had mentioned this, but they said usually the people that are like by themselves and that distance themselves, sometimes they're a little more tapped in with themselves. They're a little more
low-key a loner.
Yeah, when they loners, like sometimes
I was low-key a loner, bro.
Yeah,
I used to be on my own, just doing my own shit, like at school, all that. I used to be somewhere else doing something that everybody wasn't doing.
Mm-hmm. And now look where you at. You know what I'm saying?
Like even going to after school shit and like just shit that wasn't cool, I'm doing it. I'm like, fuck. Well, everybody else going on the streets, banging and all that. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to go here. I'm trying to get to this place.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of times you be lonely. You sitting there looking around, ain't nobody next to you.
Yeah.
Till you go outside and it's like, all right, that's where all the people at.
Yeah.
Like you got to put in extra work.
People are so scared to be alone. Like they're so scared of what people think. Mm-hmm. Like once you get past that in life, you can do anything you want.
Yeah.
It's not giving a fuck.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
And just if you're enjoying it,
yeah,
that's all that matters.
That's facts.
Don't matter what nobody said.
Yeah.
2022.
Really ain't alone if you got God.
Yeah.
Never alone.
And then as far as this goes, I think like the podcast for 2022, man, y'all gonna see a lot more guests. Expecting to have like more deep, obviously meaningful conversations just about like life in general. And it's not necessarily saying we giving out game because, I think that whole thing stems from a lot of people that, oh, well, why does your opinion matter? Well, we've been through some of the things that you're going through. We trying to help you. We want to reach out to you. We want to, impact people as best we can. And everybody in this room wants to do that. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the podcast goes, and when this, you know what I'm saying, we going to take this to another level as well. I just wanted to point that out too, because we working hard in this, and we trying to figure out, our better ways to, better ways to help our audience, tap in with us a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? And that's, for y'all to put comments down, below, and we appreciate y'all for everything you do. But, we trying to, this podcast for 2022, man, we trying to take off next year. Let this thing ride, let this thing, just do its thing. Let God just take control. And, man, this gonna be fun. You know what I'm saying? So, that's 2022 is gonna be something, man. I can't wait to see what how everybody does, because that'll be awesome.
I don't like when people say, "Oh, next year I'm about to do that." Man, motherfucker, if you don't start now,
we doing it.
Do it. Just do it.
No, I'm saying
doing it now.
some people.
I was like, wait, I'm doing this. I'm doing it.
Some people they put it on social media like, "Oh, I can't wait till January 1st." Like, why are you waiting?
That's the same thing. Hey, we gonna see a lot of people in the gym.
Bro, I've seen that firsthand.
January 1st.
Gym will be stupid. I'm like, none of y'all motherfuckers was in
New
here.
Year's resolution.
None of y'all.
That can't be a thing anymore. I think we gotta get away from the New Year's resolution. Unless you literally can't start till next year. I think it needs to be a New Year's resolution to just do it. It's just like, get rid of that phrase. Like, hey, we on it. Unless you're literally changing something the next day, and the next day so happens to be New Year's. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to stem just towards just doing it. Like,
do it. Just do it.
every day.
Get it done. I was like, you want something, don't wait till next year. January 1st. All right, New Year's resolution. It's January 1st, bro. Dang. So I can't wait to see that. It's gonna be that's gonna be interesting.
You mentioned having goals, like yearly goals.
Yeah.
But you said I just kind of pay attention to day to day, and that's okay because you need to live like attacking that day, win that day, like every single day, but making sure you don't lose sight of the goal. And I think more you were saying was basically like you losing sight of your goal.
Yeah.
Forget that long term goal is there, and I have it. You want it now. You like, but you have to sit and think like, okay, I got to keep grinding.
Yeah.
This process that I'm going through is gonna get me to that goal, to that 5-year goal, to that 10-year goal. But sometimes you want it now, but just live day by day, win that day, and pay attention to the little things. Like for me, sometimes I get so caught up in my business, I forget about being the father, being the husband. Like, not saying I'm a bad father or husband, but sometimes I get so caught up in the grind, I give more time to this business than I get to my kid. Like I had a heart-to-heart with my oldest daughter, and she had said, she was like, all you care about is yourself and your car. And I was like, dang, that hurt.
Oh, gosh.
I really don't care. Like, so I was like, I just keep it clean. To them, I'm like, don't eat in here, don't do this. I'm like, just take care of the car. And
Yeah, because of Haley's car.
Bruh. And I'm just showing them to take care of something. And to them, they like, all you care about is your car and you. I'm like, man, I work hard every day to make sure I provide for y'all.
Yeah.
And she had said, she apologized. And she tried to hug me. I was like, I don't want your hug. I was so petty.
Oh my
But
god.
no, in all seriousness, it kind of hurt her feelings, and I didn't know that. It hurt her feelings that I didn't accept her hug, and she expressed it to her mom, and I was like, all right, I need to do better. Like, I should have responded to that a little different. But I was thinking to myself, like, I wouldn't have cared that much.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't really hurt me. I was just like, oh, whatever. Like, that's how y'all feel? Like, y'all mad right now?
I don't care. Be mad.
I was like, yeah, y'all don't care right now?
Dude, y'all don't know what I'm going through. Y'all don't know me.
Being focusing on the little things, but then, trying to reach a certain goal. Like, and then have goals also as a father, as a husband, as a business person, like make sure that you're attacking every single thing.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part, mentally, physically, like making sure you have a good relationship with God, good relationship with your wife, with your kids. Now attacking the business, but don't let one thing overtake all the other things.
Yeah.
And that's why they put everything in order: God, family, then everything else.
Yeah.
That's really how the order should go. It's like God, family first, and then everything else comes next.
Yeah.
And making sure you're keeping that first, because if you don't, because this business can go right now, but my family gonna always be there.
Yeah.
This somebody can come in here and be like, you gotta get up out of here because COVID protocol, whatever protocol. Boom, business gone. But my family, they still gonna be there.
Yeah.
So it's just like keeping what's more important than the other thing.
Because it's coming to reality too. Another big thing that came to reality in 2021 was the fact that this stuff don't last forever.
Big fact.
Like none of the stuff that we have, that we wearing, that we bring, we cannot take that with us when we leave. Obviously, it leaves a legacy, and you want to leave a legacy, a good legacy to, your kids, generational wealth. You want to help your children's children understand, like, all right, you ain't got to work as hard as I did because, you're going to be, like, I want you to have a good future. And it's not to say those kids are going to be stuck. Like, they going to figure out how to work. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to say they're not going to have a good work ethic, but it's going to say, like, look, you're going to have a good work ethic. You're going to do it, but I don't want you to struggle as much as I did because, I don't want you to be in that negative when you get, certain areas. So it's like one thing, but yeah, one thing that really hit me was that it does not last forever. Like this stuff don't last forever. There's a lot of, people right now, like I said, even though it's there, as far as the negative stuff, there's a lot of people and their families, they struggling. Everybody's struggling, embracing it and life's trials and tribulations, those are things I feel like people need to embrace more. But yeah, this stuff don't last forever, man. Like I
There's
cannot.
a lot of losses out here.
I cannot take this.
2021. Yeah. Like I know that people putting out celebrities being lost, but there's people who aren't famous and people lost family. Like I lost my family member. I lost my first cousin. Yeah. So I know he ain't a celebrity, but to me that's
tough.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I know other people who's lost family, like homeboys and lost moms, uncles from COVID and stuff. It's like, it's hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's been hard for a lot of people, and it's like you're saying, stay tapped in mentally and kind of know that my family is first.
Yeah.
It's you know, going 2022, make sure you stay close to your family and, you know, love them every single day and just try to be happy, you know. Even if you financially not there, be happy that you even waking up the next day.
Yeah.
Be happy that you got into 2022. We ain't there yet, so you know, keep faith. Know that God has you no matter what.
Yeah.
And you know, walking into 2022, knowing, you know, keeping your chin up and thanking God that you're on this earth today.
Just want to wrap it up, man. Zay, go ahead, do your thing.
Oh, okay. I usually try to reach out to the younger generation, but if I can reach out to anyone, that's cool too. Make sure you guys continue to stay healthy mentally and physically. Surround yourself around people who you can trust and that you can grow with. That takes a big part of your life. And understand that there's going to be a lot of more bad times than good times. And if you continue to fight through that, you'll be winning in life. Yeah, that's right. Keep working hard and stay focused.
Yes, sir. Appreciate those wise words, man. Say what you said, man. We appreciate y'all for tapping in. Like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate you for coming in today, Steven.
Man.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much. This was amazing.
Yeah, we glad Kanye let you, come in today. You feel me? All right, man. We out. We appreciate y'all. We out.
Hardly talking in these hallways. Barely moving like we knee deep in snow. Trending habits that we can't break. Pollute our minds, now we all fiend for more. Basically living like pawns. If I get mines, then I'm cool with it all.